So the key messages I think we got out of the debate was just how many senses we use to taste and drink the food and drink that we usually consume. People think they're getting everything from the tongue, but that's not true. We know the nose is involved, but also it's affected by the ears, by our eyes, by the way food looks, by our thinking that something looks delicious, then we're going to enjoy it. Even texture, the texture of something in our fingertips as we put it in our mouth will have an effect on what we subsequently get. So we have to pay attention not just to what's on the plate, but the plate and the cutlery and the lighting and the conditions all around us. It's a very complicated business. I think we realize that when we're eating things, we often don't pay attention. And in fact, we don't even know how many senses we're using to eat. We're using smell, we're using touch as well as taste. Are there things we can do to improve how something behaves as a healthy product, putting less fat into it, putting less salt or less sugar, and still get the same satisfaction? And I think we can when we realize that the other senses can help to give us a sense that something is still rich and creamy from the touch. We know that odors can make that difference. But we also know that maybe the odor of vanilla, which itself isn't sweet if you eat a vanilla pod, that can enhance the sweetness of what you're eating. We can have vanilla flavored products and use less sugar. That's a good thing. So when your sense of smell is diminishing, what can we do to make you still enjoy your food? Probably we can work on texture, we can work on spice, we can give you spices that will stimulate the trigeminal nerve. That's the one that serves the eyes, the nose and the mouth. It's the one that rings bells when we have too much wasabi and we feel it here at the bridge of our nose. So amplifying the spicy tingle of our food and maybe the texture of our food, we might still make it interesting even when smell is slightly diminished. So your sense of smell is vital. It's important to your well-being, your sense of happiness, your ability to detect when food is off or whether you like something and want to continue eating. So you need to practice, just as people learn to be perfumers or wine tasters by using their sense and improving it, so we ought to be doing regular smell training. 4 bottles of essential oils of different scents, smell them before you go to bed, smell them first thing in the morning, and as Professor Hummel in our session has shown, that'll help you keep your sense of smell longer, and it might even make you cognitively more active. So one of the things we're learning is just how many factors can affect our perception of flavor and our enjoyment of it. The sounds we're listening to. To drink a glass of wine, it might be very pleasurable, but maybe you can have an enhanced experience when you combine that with the right music. And the matching of sounds to wine is actually allowing people to get more interest and pay more attention to what they're drinking, and maybe they'll be satisfied sooner. Touch is also important. We know that when people are touching things in their fingers, it can have an impact on what they taste in their mouths. When you've got ice cream, it might be creamy or coarse, depending on whether you're feeling velvet or Velcro. Now, why would that be? And we think it's because you first have the sensitivity to touch in your fingers, and as a child, that's your clue about how something will feel on your tongue as you put it in your mouth. So maybe we can guide people to have better, more enjoyable, more mindful experiences of their food and drink by giving them auditory cues or even giving them tactile clues. I think that's going to enhance our eating experience, and then we'll be satisfied sooner.